Well, right after that, as we mentioned, I think I had reached out to you for an interview as soon as the release happened, and you're like, let's hold off like a week. And I was like, what's she got going on? What's going on? And then you pop up at AEW and you're working a high profile match against Serena Deeb, who mind boggling she didn't wrestle for years, especially seeing how good
Yes.
she is in the ring.
Yes.
Please explain to me every detail. How did this come about?
Oh my gosh. So this was, like I mentioned, a roller coaster of a week. So I go from, I mean, essentially losing my job, even though it was on mutual
Yeah.
terms. I'll say I lost my job. I tweet, hey everyone, I'm a free agent because I want to put it out there, like I can work, you know, and like I'm free to work. And the next day I had an email from AEW. I had a message from someone else too, but I'm not going to get into those details. But I got an email.
You know I'm going to find out, right? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find out. It was Lucha Underground.
Oh man, it was WCW. Wait,
Yeah.
were people saying that WCW was coming back?
WCW 2021. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Half my interview with Shaza McKenzie was about that.
Oh my gosh. I would totally do that, by the way. So if it's real, call me. So I had an email from AEW, and so I went from like a low, like I was, happy to work the indies and not have to deal with contract stuff and report to anyone and things like that. But it was still a low. I would call that a low because I didn't know what I was going to do.
Mhm.
And then the next day I have an email from AEW. And so of course that put me on a high. And they're like, hey, you want to come out in what, 3 days, I think it was, to work the pay-per-view or the pre-show of the pay-per-view, but still it was a pay-per-view. I'm calling it the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And so of course I'm like, yeah. And it's funny because before I responded to that, because of course I'm thinking everything through, like this is, you just want to, I don't just want to be like, yeah, like right away. I want
Of
to read
course.
it and let it sit for a second, maybe message a friend and be like, hey, guess what? Um, should I do this? And in that time, Tony Khan actually DM'd me on Twitter, which is funny because I've never spoken to him before.
Yeah.
And he DM'd me, he was like, hey, you available Saturday? Which is like so Tony Khan, like very approachable, very like chill. And I had just emailed back to the AEW office and I let him know, like, yeah, I emailed back, I'm available, I'm excited, blah, blah, blah. It was also my birthday week. That was another thing
Wow.
that happened. I think was it November 6th that aired? I want to say that was when the pay-per-view was, and my
Yes.
birthday was the day before. So so much happening in just that one week. And then I go to the pay-per-view, and then the next Sunday, I'm at my house again. So it's like, then I go from a low to a high to a neutral.
Yeah.
It happens so fast that I'm like, did that really happen? Can you confirm that really happened?